Growth Hacker TV. Because hustlers don't watch cable.
Now, your book that you just released with Penguin, it's an ebook, and it's already a bestseller on Amazon. It's only been out a few days. And again, I don't think it's an accident. Growth hacking usually isn't an accident. There's usually, a little chemistry experiment going on behind the scenes, kind of a network of things you're trying to make that happen. And as I looked at the cells of it, because I'm always watching what's going on with growth hacking, I saw a few of the things you were doing, right? Behind the scenes, some of the strings you were pulling. So I want you to talk to us about those things, because this is your territory. You understand how to push a book. That's what you know.
Yeah, it's funny. So with both my last two books, with Trust Me, I'm Lying, I remember sitting down with the publisher and I was like, look, I wrote a book about how I manipulate the media and I'm good at marketing. If this book's not a bestseller, it sort of undermines the argument. And that's actually my main problem with most marketing books. They're well written, but it's like, if this guy's so good, why is he writing a book? And why is it not more successful? And so I wanted to make sure with this book that if I'm going to write about growth hacking and how I sort of have discovered and learned about growth hacking, I better put those principles into effect, or at least try to.
Yeah.
So I did that in a number of ways. The biggest one was I wrote an ebook instead of a physical book, which meant I got it to market faster. I can change and improve it and like make it better. I can add stuff to
Product market fit right there.
Yeah, exactly. And then price too. I probably could have sold this book for a lot more, but I put it up for $3, which I actually contractually negotiated with my publisher because I wanted people to be able to take a chance on it. That's a big part. It's like, hey, I heard this book was good, but I don't want to spend $30 because I might be wrong, So those were the big things I did. But then I understood I wanted to try sort of a content marketing approach. So I think I wrote something like 15 different articles about things that were in the book that I published for free all over the internet. Because the best way to bring people in is to use someone else's platform and offer them something for free. And that ended up being a big driver of sales. So I did 3 SlideShare presentations, for example, and I think cumulatively they're at almost 400,000 views.
Wow.
And those are 400,000 people who wouldn't have just picked up the book based on the strength of my name or something.
Yeah.
So one, they're more likely to buy the book, but even if they don't buy the book, they've at least heard of it and they know about me, and maybe they'll buy something from me down the road.
Yeah. And when you did those guest blogging articles, one of the things I noticed is, because that's one of my strategies, I guest blog, I try to get traffic at the top of the funnel that way, and you orchestrated it so that they were all published almost at the same time. So I know you weren't one-offing these, like, I'm going to write it, pitch it, get it out there, write it, pitch it, get it out there. There was some kind of machinery where these were already pre-written, right? Ready to go.
Yeah, of course. So, I finished the book, I think, in January or February, and then I spent the rest of the time planning out my marketing strategy, writing articles, building relationships, connecting with people. And so I wrote all the articles, and then I said, hey, look, I'm not telling you when you can and can't publish them, but like, this is when it comes out. I would like it to be as close to that as possible, because books, especially with Amazon, their success is measured by velocity. So, and I found that pre-orders are harder to convince people to do. So I wanted them all to come out when the book was available and to drive sales. And that's what drove it to #1. And that's how you get that cumulative advantage, because people are like, man, this book came out of nowhere. I'm seeing it all over the place. It must be at least worth investigating a little bit further.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of authors, they concentrate